Hello, let me be among the first to welcome our students and families to in-person learning on campus. Our school board recently approved a phase-in plan for in-person learning on campus. Please visit our website for details. Safety comes first. We recognize that you have many questions and concerns. Let us show you some of the steps we will take to best protect our staff and our students. A complete list of safety procedures is available on our Return to School Protocols for COVID-19 posted on our website.
LTISD is required to comply with the governor's order regarding the wearing of face coverings. Before putting on a mask, students should clean their hands with sanitizer or wash with soap and water. The top part of the mask should be placed on the bridge of the student's nose and be secured using the loops or ties. The mask should completely cover the student's nose and mouth, making sure there are no gaps between the face and the mask. Students should avoid touching their mask as much as possible. Students in pre-kindergarten through 2nd grade will wear face masks during arrival and dismissal, in hallways, in common areas, and in certain specialized classrooms. Students in 3rd through 12th grade will wear face masks at all times while inside the school building, with certain exceptions like fine arts, athletics, and other extracurricular activities. Students will need to provide their own masks, and families will be responsible for cleaning those daily. Disposable masks will be available upon request should a student forget to bring his or her mask from home. Face shields may only be used in place of a mask in the classroom when distanced, outdoors when distanced, or whenever the education context may benefit from the ability to see a student's face. The district will provide face shields to all students, but parents may also send their children to school with a face shield. Parents may reach out to their campus principal if their child has an existing medical condition for which they need to request their child to be exempt from wearing a face covering. Please know, appropriate documentation will be required. In an effort to improve student safety and security district-wide, we will expand our Smart Tag solution this year beyond bus ridership. All students will receive an ID badge upon return to in-person learning on campus. Secondary students will be required to wear their ID badge throughout the school day in accordance with our Lake Travis Secondary Schools Parent-Student Handbook. Aside from student identification, the badge will also support automation and increase the efficiency of key contactless services including bus ridership, elementary dismissal, library book checkout, school meals, and our extended care after-school program. Only the student's photo, name, and associated barcode will be printed on the ID badge. No other information will be stored on the badge, nor will badges be used to track a student's location. Smart Tag also offers a secure parent portal where parents and guardians can manage notifications and alerts regarding student dismissal changes and transportation services. So let's look at the transportation services. Although bus routes will run at a regular capacity, families are encouraged to transport students to and from school, carpool, or walk their child to school if and when possible. If your child will ride the bus, students should practice social distancing while waiting at their bus stop. The district will require all drivers and students in all grade levels to wear a mask while riding the bus. When boarding the bus, students should use hand sanitizer prior to scanning their Smart Tag ID badge. Students will sit in an assigned seat according to the seating chart maintained by the driver. Standard bus rules will apply while students are on the bus. As such, students are discouraged from sharing drink and personal devices while on the bus. To improve air quality, air conditioning systems have been updated with MERV 6 commercial-grade pleated filters. Each bus will be deep cleaned with disinfectant spray between morning and afternoon routes. This includes high contact surfaces which will be sprayed and wiped twice a day. On our campuses, visitors will be limited to essential to school operations. All visitors who enter the building will be required to wear a face covering and follow all other district requirements and guidelines. Parents will be restricted from walking students inside the building. Volunteers will not be allowed to visit our campuses at this time. This includes mentors, college representatives, guest speakers, and other non-essential school business. Virtual tools will be used to conduct meetings such as PTA, PTO meetings, and ARDS when possible. Once in the classroom, students will be expected to engage in frequent hand washing or sanitizing, practice social distancing when possible, and limit group work. Each classroom will be outfitted with the following: disinfecting wipes and gloves for students and staff to clean their own spaces, and shared technology such as Chromebooks and keyboards and mice. Excess furniture will be removed to allow for distancing. Also, soft furnishings such as stuffed animals that are typically shared by students and floor coverings, other than those provided by LTISD, will be removed. In classroom spaces that allow it, teachers will distance student desks, and desks will face the same direction when possible. Elementary grade level teachers are assigned to either in-person classes or remote classes. Students participating in remote instruction will have only remote classmates for core classes such as English and math. However, some special program teachers will serve students who are both in-person and remote. At our secondary schools, we will implement a blended learning model where teachers will instruct students who are in-person and remote simultaneously. If a student is on campus for in-person learning but elects to return to remote learning at home, he or she will keep the same class schedule in order to maintain a consistent learning experience. This will also apply to a student who is currently in remote learning at home and elects to attend in-person learning on campus. High-touch common areas will be disinfected throughout the day, and classrooms will be cleaned using EPA-approved hospital-grade products. Regarding food and nutrition services, hand sanitizing stations will be available at all entrances and exits of the cafeteria. Traffic patterns will be indicated with signage and floor markings. To minimize student contact, breakfast and lunch options will be plated by cafeteria staff. Students can select prepackaged food items with single-use wax paper to avoid possible cross-contamination. The use of shared microwaves will be temporarily unavailable. Once seated, students will not be required to wear face coverings while eating or drinking. Social distancing in the cafeteria will vary by campus, depending on consideration for students with food allergies and maximum occupancy. Cafeteria tabletops and seats will be thoroughly wiped between each group, and electrostatic spraying will be performed daily. Regarding outdoor activities, all students will be required to wash their hands or use sanitizer before entering the playground and upon exiting recess. Students will not be required to wear a mask while outside if they can maintain social distancing at all times. Teachers and staff will monitor students to ensure safety guidelines are followed. On-campus after-school programs, including extended care, will adhere to the requirements outlined in our Return to School Protocols for COVID-19 document. All extracurricular practices and contests will follow safety protocols and guidance provided by the University Interscholastic League and the Texas Education Agency. This includes self-screenings for COVID-19, disinfecting of equipment, and locker room usage. Students opting for remote learning will be permitted to participate in on-campus extracurricular activities. Parents and students choosing remote learning must notify the appropriate coach or program instructor of their intent to participate in on-campus events. Parents will be responsible for their students' transportation to any on-campus event. All students involved in extracurricular activities will be required to self-screen before coming on site. Students should immediately notify trainers, coaches, or instructors of a positive COVID test, present symptoms, or prior close contact with other COVID-positive individuals.
As conditions surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic continue to evolve, our plans will remain flexible and guidelines will be modified as needed. We look forward to seeing our students on campus for Learning Transformed.